Hello and welcome to another episode of the Top Bin 90 show. This is Jorge. I've got my main man Kennedy here tonight. Kennedy, how are you, man?
What's up, man? I'm doing good. How about yourself?
I'm good, man. You're rocking some North Face slippers tonight, man. I wish I could be like you.
Yeah, super comfortable.
Nice, man. Nice. So I want to talk on a couple of things tonight. Our show obviously is all about soccer. We talk MLS, we talk Premier League, we talk international soccer. We just love soccer, man. So we talk everything soccer. So we'll start off with the Champions League draws, man. I mean, some very interesting games. Looking forward to that PSG Barca game.
Yeah, no, that's definitely maybe redemption season.
Maybe. For who? For PSG?
Yeah.
Okay, because they.
Dude, it's just because it's what did the new president say? Like, we want to get Neymar back or something like that.
Yeah.
So I'm like interested to see oh wow, he pretty much almost guaranteed it, right? Like he was like.
Well, yeah. So right now there's elections for Barcelona president, and one of them said that they'll bring Neymar back. Some of these guys that are running, man, they're saying some crazy stuff. Like someone said that we'll bring in Holland and we'll bring in I forgot who else they said, but then someone said that they'll give free pizza to the board or something. So, because I'm very interested to see who they're gonna get, and some of them are promising. Yeah, Messi's gonna stay. He's gonna sign the contract the first day I'm in. I'm like, all right, y'all are going very political right now.
They don't understand the player actually has to agree terms.
Yeah,
it's not they can just force them to do this. Yeah, we can guarantee it. He's definitely gonna do it.
Yeah. So that's probably my most exciting draw. I mean, dude, obviously because I'm a Barca fan, but I honestly to be honest, PSG's probably favorite. But I don't think they're that much of a favorites, man, because up top they're really good, but in the defense, they're not looking so great.
Well, I mean, whenever you look at PSG and who they buy, they only buy offensive players. Yeah. Let's be honest. They are a very flashy team.
Yeah.
And like you said, it just gets worse and worse as you go back.
Yeah.
I shouldn't say worse, but it's not as strong as a Neymar in regards to that position. You know what I mean?
They're trying to bring in Messi now to PSG. I'm like, okay, you have all this attacking power. Who's gonna run back when the other team is attacking?
Yeah, exactly.
Mbappe isn't.
Neymar's not playing defense, dude. And the one person that you had who might have played some sort of defense, Cavani. He's just gone.
Yeah, that's true.
He's playing defense for Man United now, and by defense I mean guarding his place on the bench.
Yeah, so that'll be an interesting game. I think even though PSG are favorites, somehow I'm feeling a Barca win. I don't know why. It's too early to tell anyways, but come February, I really like our chances against PSG.
Oh, no, 100%, dude. But I'm interested in seeing this what is it, Real Madrid versus Atalanta?
Yes, that's also a good one.
Real Madrid, did they lose both times to Shakhtar?
Yes.
And it's just wow, you lost twice to Shakhtar, and Atalanta's a way better team in that regard.
But Madrid, man, they always pull through. Even that's one thing that annoys me about them. Even when they're playing bad, they could have literally been eliminated, and they ended up topping their group.
It's just a luck, dude. It's just they
it
have
is.
Luck on their side.
It's they always pull through when they need to, which is kind of annoying to me.
Oh yeah, especially being a Barca fan, I bet you want some of that luck, don't you?
Yeah, we were
just a little sliver of it.
Anything, we were leading our Champions League group, and then out of nowhere, Juventus beat us 3-0 at Camp Nou, and we end up second, and now we got to play PSG. So it switched like this. But so that's going to be another good game. It'll be interesting to see because Atalanta's having a lot of issues with their coach Gasperini right now, who's having issues with Papu on their team, and so we'll see where they're at during in February because Gasperini has also said he wanted to quit Atalanta, but they're not letting him resign, so they're having their own issues, and Madrid's Madrid, so they'll be favorite for that game.
Oh, yeah, dude, he's just capitalizing on this opportunity.
100%.
I'm not getting fired.
One of the closest ties I see though is the Atletico Chelsea game.
Yes, I was literally going to talk about that one as the next match. It's just insane. But can we talk about Giroud's form right now?
Yeah, man,
it's
beast.
Insane. Ever since he's just
he scored today.
Yeah, I know it's insane. He's how old is it? 32?
probably. I think maybe 34.
Dude, he's balling.
Yeah, he is.
He scored 4 goals like what is it, like 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, in the Champions League. Yep.
Crazy.
Yeah, which I mean, one thing I saw a tweet from Cesc Fabregas that said like Giroud's probably one of the most professional players that he's ever played with. Like whether he's on the bench or playing, like the man like is always a professional. So I was like, that's very respectful, and that's what you see now. Like it's pretty interesting that like he's on form, and one of the things that Arsenal lack right now is a striker. Like I've watched a couple Arsenal games, and they keep like putting the ball in the 18, but like they really don't have anyone that can head it. Like, okay, outside of Aubameyang, everybody else is kind of short on the team.
I mean, yeah, but even Aubameyang, he's tall, but he's not finishing nothing.
Yeah, he's
like,
not.
It's crazy. Like,
I mean, he scored this weekend.
But I mean, still,
it was an own goal, but he still scored.
Dude, oh my gosh. Like, it's insane. Like, the quality, like, it was just there, but then it just flopped.
Yeah.
I've never seen that like that before, because, like, I remember, whenever he scored his own goal, he was running as, like, the number 1 forward, like, up top. And, out wide whenever he was scoring banging in goals last season, he's at left wing.
Yeah.
So I'm, like, wondering, wow, like, that positional change, like, is that maybe why he's struggling, like, having to, like, pretty much adapt to playing a actual, like, main forward position at Arsenal opposed to just playing off the flank and cutting in?
Yeah, the problem was, like, Lacazette was playing that 9 position, but he wasn't scoring either, and he was missing big chances, so they put him up top, and, like, Alba's doing the same thing.
It's just as bad. Like,
yeah, it is. Like, he's not scoring either, so.
I don't know, like, what's going on at Arsenal right now. Like, 15?
Yeah.
They might be sitting a little bit lower now.
I think they're 15, so
like,
they're still like 4 points safe from relegation. So.
Yo, that'd be 2020 really in a nutshell. The 2021 season, Arsenal get relegated. That would be.
They'll be top 4 contenders next year, though. All right, let me stop. Let's go back to the Champions League. Yeah, that Atletico Chelsea draw, man, is going to be an interesting one, because I really don't know who to call favorites. Like, Atletico is leading La Liga right now, and Chelsea's doing okay in the Prem, but their firepower is so good. I know they lost today, and they lost or tied a couple days ago as well. And so this game, like, I don't know who would you put as slight favorites, Atletico or Chelsea?
I mean, it's kind of hard. I mean, I'd probably, honestly, I'm gonna have to go Atletico.
Yeah.
Just because, like you said, they're top of La Liga. Like, they are number 1 in their division. They are quality, and I don't know. I think that they're just going to be able to put up with, like, Chelsea's attacking soccer.
Yeah.
Having Werner and Havertz, their Athletic players are very defensive.
Yeah.
So I think they're going to be able to contain them.
Yeah, I think that'll suit them well.
Yeah, I think it's a good matchup. I
yeah.
think it's very fair.
Yeah, so Simeone's teams thrive under teams that attack them. I mean, if you look at last season, they were the ones that eliminated Liverpool just because they knew how to hold back, and then they're one of the best teams at just countering you and killing you right at the end.
Even if you just look at today, like Chelsea, they get very frustrated whenever they don't score.
Yeah, that's true.
Look at they what is it? They lost the last second goal today.
Yeah, Neto scored, man.
Yeah, Neto.
Bro, that Wolves team.
It's insane.
Yeah.
Like, Nuno's doing something crazy.
He is.
I remember even back in, like, 2010, 2011, Wolves was one of those, like, Fulham teams that would, like, always, like, they might come up, like, 1 every 2 seasons, but it's immediately, like, back down. 100%. Or they might somehow survive 1 season and just fall back down whenever they went under Mick McCarthy. But, like, what he's done is just he's bridged that Portugal connect, dude.
That's it, man.
It's honestly crazy, like, how much he's turned that club around.
Yeah.
And, I mean, it's this is one of those, like, stories to where, like, this is a successful buyout.
Yeah.
Whenever Wolves were acquired, and just bringing in Nuno and all the connections he has, he's just such this pivotal figure at Wolves now.
100%, man. I mean, yeah, they're probably one of the most consistent teams in terms of, like, just consistency in the Premier League. Like, they'll be top 10 team year in, year out. And, like, they play some attractive soccer. I like how they play. Like, their counter-attacking style, I like it.
Like I feel like if I was like new to the sport and I was just like just picking up a team, I didn't want to be like super like bandwagon. I'd probably like pick like Wolves because
Okay.
it's like they're always gonna be a top 10
Yeah.
team. The top 5 might be a bit of a stretch, but you're gonna always be able to watch like Premier League consistently.
Yeah.
As long as like everything continues to go accordingly at Wolves.
Yeah. Awesome. Another Champions League draw was Liverpool-Leipzig. So that one is honestly a lot of great games, man.
I looked at that. I was pretty excited about the Mönchengladbach even Man City game.
Yeah.
Like I was like, wow, because Man City's not playing very good.
They're not.
And I was like, Gladbach's playing fairly decent.
Yeah.
Like so, I'm like eager to see like how like this is where Guardiola really struggles anyway. And in the Premier League is typically where he dominates. And
Yeah.
even in the Premier League, he's struggling.
But most years, I don't know how Man City does it, where like they never get like, Gladbach is okay, but like they never get like a top team to play. Like I think they got Real last year was the only time, but years before, like the next round they get like very like easy teams to play.
Well, I mean that's typically because they finish pretty high in the group, don't they?
Right, but
so,
like
they get like
even the groups
easier
they're in.
matchups, like.
So like I don't know. That's just me. Like okay, like they get pretty lucky, but even with that, like they never make a deep run.
It's because the draws are like low key Man City fans.
Probably.
It's a conspiracy.
Yeah, that Leipzig Liverpool one's gonna be interesting too, because I really like Nagelsmann. He's a really good coach, and the way he's got his RB Leipzig team playing, I think I see us going through just because like it's gonna be attack versus attack, and like you're not gonna out attack us.
Yeah, if
you know what I'm
player
saying?
for player, like it's not even like
it's
not even really comparable.
Yeah,
like,
even with all our injuries, like
Yeah.
we're still good enough to go through.
And then what is it? Red Bull has that really good center back, like young center back.
Upamecano,
Yeah,
he's a beast, man.
he's a baller.
I want him at Barca, man.
Dude, he's a stud, dude. Like,
Yeah, he is.
I heard about him. What is it? Liverpool were looking to maybe try to get him whenever Van Dijk.
Yeah, I mean, we
that.
need somebody because we've lost him and we've lost Joe Gomez. But tell you what, man, Fabinho, world class as a 6, world class as a CB, man.
But this is what I was talking about. Like it's like super defensive minded like CDMs. Like I do not oppose them coming back and playing center back.
Yeah.
Because that means you're gonna actually be able to play like true soccer.
Yeah.
Not every center back's like Van Dijk where they're they can take the ball up the field and like pass it calmly. Most center backs are either gonna kind of take a couple steps, clear it, or just play like super simple.
Yeah.
But Fabinho dropping in, he has that defensive tendency, but he can also like play soccer
man.
and just ping balls like wherever.
Yes, that's what I was like he's our best defender this year. And that's not even his natural position. But I'm like, that's good for good for us that we have a player like that, because I mean, like I've seen him in games. I'm like, bro, like this guy, he's so natural. Like honestly, I think he's better than Gomez at defender.
I mean, I believe it. There's just some players where it's just like they just thrive wherever they play.
Yeah.
It's just like they go out there, they know what they need to do without being told.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's just a situation like Klopp, his team is fairly injury ridden, this is what I mean. This is best as anybody else. Is the depth that you guys have.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like there is that depth, but it's like, let's be honest, having Van Dijk get hurt at the beginning of the season was really like a blow.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like Liverpool have kind of taken to the challenge. And, at times, I'm not going to lie, I even forget sometimes Van Dijk was even there.
Yeah, which even I think that goes to show you when you have a certain system of play and you have a great coach, like they know how to plug in holes. You know what I'm saying? Because I think squad depth is important, but I think our style of play and like Klopp knowing, okay, like we don't have Van Dijk, what can we do to like make sure that this defense is tight, right? Okay, let's bring Fabinho back. Okay, like let's get Nat Phillips a try. Like, okay, like he's not afraid to tell these young players, this is your opportunity, right?
Yeah.
And I think because last year Man City lost Laporte, and like after they lost Laporte, like the whole defense went down, and that's the reason they didn't compete for the Prem. It also played to our advantage that we played so well. But, like, that was such a big miss for them. And this year, I mean, we're missing arguably one of the top 2 defenders in the world. and like we're still challenging for the league, you know?
Oh yeah, no, 100%. I mean, I feel like just Klopp, whenever those situations come up, I feel like that's like the true like test of a really good manager.
Yeah.
It's like, oh wow, I've like there's this hole in my defense, there's this hole in my team. I can't really buy anybody right now. Because, window's not open or, we still have the funds allocated to do so.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to have to make do with what I have, shift players back, bring in players from the youth academy to fill those roles that I'm having to shift back.
Yeah.
And just like Curtis Jones coming in. Curtis
Bro,
Jones is a baller, dude.
He is, man. Like,
I've
really seen him progress through the Liverpool team. And I'm like, bro, like, even this weekend when we played Fulham, I know we tied. But the way he asked for the ball, the way he plays forward, like I'm like, this is the kind of like, if you ever want to study a new player going into a first team and solidifying themselves as a starter, like he's showing you the way.
And you want to know what really kills me though, dude?
What?
I wish Brewster would have stayed at Liverpool.
Really?
Yeah. 100%, because it's like coming to Sheffield, like it's. Bro,
yeah, that's true.
His team is off to the worst start
in history,
in Premier League history.
Yeah, like
what is it, like 1 point?
Yeah,
and I mean you have all this pressure coming. This year, like this young star, like 25 million, and I haven't scored yet. I got Ollie McBurney playing over me, like, you know what I mean? And it's just one of those things where
100%.
it's like, if you would have came into that Liverpool team where there's already players that they're gonna set him up for these chances. As long as he makes those runs and does what he needs to do, he's gonna have a chance to get on the score sheet, opposed to wherever at Sheffield.
Which I mean,
they're not getting the service.
That's just smarter on us though, like because we know when to sell players.
Oh,
and I mean, like he was in form in preseason. We sold him for a great price with a buyback clause, right? I mean, like. Realistically, he's not getting in between Firmino, Mane, or Salah. And we added Jota, he's injured now, but, like, his form has been phenomenal as well. And, I mean, like, if you think about, like, Liverpool does really smart sells. Like, I mean, we sold him for 25 mil. We sold Solanke for 19 million to Bournemouth. Solanke, who scored 1 goal in the Premier League.
I can't say that he's bad, but like he
just never lived up to the hype.
I was gonna say he never like lived up to that.
But
like,
smart on us, like we recouped that money.
Oh no, 100%. Like, and I will say Liverpool does a good job at like covering their tracks. Like, in the sense of like you were saying, they always do smart business.
Yeah.
And that buyback clause, I think that was really smart, and like not a lot of people do that in this game. To where it's like, oh wow, if he does pop off, we have the chance to buy him back.
Yeah, for like 40 million.
I was about to say, for in today's market, if he's doing balling, that's like nothing.
Yeah,
it's pocket change.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see how the Prem continues, man. I mean, this is a very unpredictable season, and I think a lot of it has to do with like I know people talk about like this Christmas season, like this is the period where the league like is the tightest because so many games coming, but I'm like. The whole year has been the Christmas season for the top 6, right? I mean, like, every 3 days they're playing Champions League, then you're playing the Prem. And if there's not a Champions League, they have to go international duty. Like, I mean, like, a lot of these teams are getting stretched really hard. That's why I feel like you see the Man Cities tying West Brom, us tying Fulham, Tottenham, who's in first place as well, like, tying Crystal Palace. And so, which I think this year's champ is probably going to have 60, 70, probably mid 70 points, low 80s, like to become the Prem champ versus the year before Liverpool got 99, year before Man City got 98, the year before they got 100. Like we're not going to see those numbers this year.
100%, but if I'm being honest, I'd much rather see a more competitive season than a high point season. Like any day, watching those points is entertaining me. Like,
if you're rooting for the team that's in first place, I'm super entertained.
Exactly.
But everybody else is like, dang, this sucks.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like if you're out of the top 6, it's just like, wow, this is interesting. Like just watching down from the bottom, it's. For the first time in a while, I think, what is it? Like, this is insane. Like, just this whole Premier League season in general.
Yeah.
Like,
it makes it better.
Exactly. It's very, I wish the fans could be there, though.
Yeah.
That would be crazy. But it's also, I wonder, if that's making the difference, like, no fans. I mean, look at Fulham. Like, they only had, like, 2,000 fans to come in? But, I mean, they still managed a 1-1 draw.
Yeah, I think, like, even that pushed them. Because, like, that's their best game of the season. I'm like, bro, you guys picked today to have your best game.
And it's just... And it's so, like, cool to see, like, those smaller teams, like, making those pushes just because it's something... I'm not going to say fans are simple, but, like, you look at these bigger teams that have these, like, big money players and all this stuff. Like, they... Give or take fans, it's nice, but, we're still going to get results at the end of the day.
100%.
Whereas, like... teams like Fulham, Newcastle, Sheffield, West Brom, like, they depend on fans.
Leeds.
To, like, Leeds definitely, like, guide them.
Yeah.
Or to motivate them to, like, get these results. It's kind of hard to, like, dig back from a deficit whenever you have, like, nobody cheering you on.
Yeah. Especially, hopefully, in the next 6 to 12 months, things change, man, and there's a lot of fans there because I know it's just different. Like, even the players say, like, even us watching it, like, it's kind of funny. Like, you hear players yelling at each other or saying something stupid, and like, I laugh. I like watching, like, without, like, the fan noise, just to hear what they're saying.
Oh yeah, like 100%. Like we were talking about, like, a couple, like, episodes ago, just commentators always apologizing for the F-bomb being dropped.
They're like, sorry about that.
Sorry about the language. Sorry about that.
I forgot about that. That is hilarious. Like, they're apologizing like it's their fault.
Yeah, like we can control what they say. Like, they aren't just grown men trying to, like, go play a game. Yeah. Like, it's supposed to be like a PG rated thing.
Yeah. Touching on Arsenal, man. I mean, they're 15th. Would you sack Arteta?
100%. Why wouldn't you sack Arteta? Like, at this point, Arsenal fans probably want Emery back.
Yeah.
Like Arteta, like, on paper, like, cool jet black hair was supposed to do his thing.
Yeah.
Like, like, it's Pep's son. Like, and it's so funny. I saw this meme where it was like, on one of the old FIFAs, it was like, what is it, like, on the end game thing, it was like Arteta with, like, his hands over his face.
Yeah, I saw that too.
And, like, FIFA 12 or FIFA 13.
Yeah, man.
And you could just tell it's Arteta. Oh my gosh, dude.
Yeah, I think at this point, like, I've talked to people that are Arsenal fans, and there's like 50-50. Some want him out, some them want him to stay. But I'm like, at this point, bro, like, it's kind of like everything is wrong with your team. Like, I get it, like, you need to give a coach time, but, like, bro, you're in 15th place. Like, okay, like, you're not a top 4 team right now, but you're telling me that Leicester, you're telling me that Southampton, you're telling me that all these other teams, like, if you go player for player, are better than you? No, man. Like,
there's no way.
Yeah, like, if you were in 7th or 8th and you were telling us to give us time, that makes sense. But you just lost to Burnley, bro. Yeah. Who Burnley's in the bottom 3. Not only that, you've got players that are not disciplined. Xhaka went out this weekend for choking somebody. Pepe's been out. They let go of the guy who went to Hoffenheim. I can't think of the midfielder's name right now. But
talking about
with curly hair.
Curly hair. Are you talking about Guendouzi?
Yeah, Guendouzi.
Yeah.
Like, he had discipline. So, like, I'm like, you're not
Guendouzi had discipline issues whenever Emery was there, though. So,
yeah.
I mean, that's not really on Arteta, but I do see what you're saying. But, like, I had this weird, like, tell me if I'm wrong or not. I feel like Xhaka gets sent off a lot.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like
he's got a temper.
I was about to say, I've seen him get sent off quite a few times.
Yeah.
Like, not just like straight red cards, but like just like making a challenge and then just making an undisciplined challenge again. It's just one of those things where I feel like he has no control of the locker room.
Yeah.
Like, he's just like one of those parents to where you see the kids acting out in public.
Yeah.
And they're just letting them do their thing because they don't want to, like, get, like, in the middle of it.
Yeah. And even, like, peak Arsenal under Arteta was when they won the FA Cup. But if you look at the style of that team, it's, like, very, like, defensive. We're going to counter strong teams. Right? Like, even that, I'm like, is that really, like...
It's not the Arsenal way.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm like, okay, like, that would work if you do it well, like Mourinho's doing it. With Mourinho, you're going to get a snooze fest. But if they're winning, it doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
Versus Arteta, like, I'm like, okay, bro, you were under Guardiola, who plays attacking soccer. You were under Arsene, who plays that tiki-taka, like, beautiful football. Yeah. Sure, it didn't give them the results they wanted. But, like, if those are your coaches and you're playing this style, Just get in Rafa Benitez. He does it better than you do. You know what I'm saying?
Bro. Seeing Benitez at the Emirates would be insane.
Yeah.
But
what about Poch? Poch at Arsenal.
I think that'd be a better choice than
it would. It'd be interesting though because he's got that Tottenham background.
Oh yeah, that's like a sin. I can't imagine just Spurs fans traveling to the Emirates whenever people can travel again.
Yeah.
If they can ever travel again.
Yeah.
And just seeing Pochettino in an Arsenal trench coat.
Yeah.
On the touchline, pacing back and forth, yelling at David Luiz, telling him not to score an own goal today. Just trying to piece it, hold it together. And then Mourinho's just looking smug on the touchline, just making condescending comments like he usually does.
Yeah.
But I think that Arsenal need to kind of rip the Band-Aid off and just sack.
Yeah,
Arteta,
I do too, man. I do too. I don't think during his tenure, I haven't seen anything that tells me because I think there's a difference. When you have a bad team and you overperform, that shows the quality of the manager. And when you have a good team and they underperform, that also shows the quality of a manager. That's why I think Ollie's not the right guy for Man U. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, you're gonna have.
He's doing decent, but I'm your squad should be competing at least to the Chelsea-esque level where they're right around
Bro, you got Fernandez. Fernandez is a cheat code at this point.
Yeah, bro.
His stats are insane. Just in his position, he's a midfielder, bro, but he's bagging like a forward.
Yeah, he really is.
And it's a shame that
and the games he's not up for it, which are very few, you could tell the difference in that team.
Exactly. And then Pogba just being I'm pretty much done here.
Yeah.
I'm just it's not for me.
I know.
And I feel that kills.
Ever since his agent said that he's been playing some great games, man. I'm my man's really playing for a move.
Yes, he needs to. He's Pogba, you need a big money move. I need more commission. Go out there and play.
For real.
At this point, did you hear they're might do the Dybala swap?
I hadn't. I saw Dybala for Tottenham, but I didn't see for Man U.
They said they're this is a rumor, per usual.
Yeah.
But I heard that there's talks about doing a little swap, Pogba going back to Juve for Dybala.
That wouldn't be bad, man.
I mean, it wouldn't be a bad move.
Yeah.
But I think it would.
I think Dybala has more to lose on that, but yeah.
100%. If I was Dybala, I'd be just reading that move. I'd be yo, you can't let me go there. You're gonna make me go from Italy. Sun out all the time, hot girls. I'm chilling with Ronaldo, and you're gonna make me go to cold Manchester
with Ollie.
With the Norwegian gym.
What do you think of Tottenham, man? Do you think that they're gonna sustain this level?
I will knock Tottenham about silverware, but I think this is the closest they'll ever get to winning a title. If with Mourinho.
Okay.
I think this is the closest that they will come.
Yeah.
Just because I can't even say that because Pochettino almost got him that title.
Yeah.
But it's I don't know.
This man's he's been there and done that.
He's a vet, dude.
Yeah.
He's special forces, bro.
Like when they play at Anfield, this recording's happening before them, but if they told them 0-0 at Anfield tomorrow, he would sign right away.
Oh, 100%.
But the only thing is I still don't they're up there, and I still wouldn't 100% put him as title contenders. Because if you lose Harry Kane or Son, that is a huge difference for your team, man. Because they're that's the most lethal partnership in Europe right now.
That partnership is absolutely insane.
Yeah.
Because it's oh wow, well you're not scoring today. I need to score today.
Yeah.
Just feed me. All of a sudden, and it's just this connection.
They just know. It's prime Dani Alves and Messi.
Bro.
They just knew each other well.
Dude, and I think that this is everybody was knocking Kane you only get goals from the PK spot. And he's all right. And he's oh, and you don't think I can pass the ball either?
Yeah.
Bro, he's bagged 10 assists almost. He's out there KDB.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, exactly. That's I'm it's respectful because he can play a 9, he can play a 10 role, almost a false 6 too. He goes back, wins balls, passes them, go back up. like everything.
Here recently, man, I've had
My
lot
respect
more
for him,
respect for It's gone up, dude. Like, because, like, I feel like every time I'd see him play, it was just always like a little finish in the 6-yard box. Like, poacher's kind of goal from the PK spot. You know, but, like, this season, like, he's just kind of, I feel like Mourinho, did you see that whenever he sat him down? He's like, I'll make you a great player.
Yeah.
And I feel like he's done that.
Yeah, he really has. Like, I didn't believe it. I was like, okay, like.
It's changed so much, but it's changed for the better.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, you know, you have Ponch there. He's not making those passes to Son.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know, obviously, it's a different kind of, like, attacking style, less defensive style, whole new setup. But I feel like this setup is suiting Kane and Son, like, extremely
100%.
well. Like, out of everybody, it's suiting them the best.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, and what is it? Højbjerg or whatever his name is?
Bro, yes.
Bro, rock. Dude, he is holding it down.
It's probably one of the signings of the season, man.
Oh, dude, he is. Like
him, I would put Jota just above him.
He came from Southampton, right?
Yeah, he did.
Bro, Southampton, they always have balls.
I know.
From Van Dijk, Højbjerg, like.
I know. I'm surprised Liverpool didn't buy him. So.
Nah, Klopp said we can't make it too obvious now.
Yeah. Well, we have a great 6 with Fabinho, so.
But if they would have predicted this to happen.
Yeah.
Højbjerg would have been a great option, but he's doing his thing there.
He is, man. He is. You can't knock the guy.
Oh, no, 100%. And then, what is it? Connor Cody's still the Wolves, right?
Yeah, he is.
Dude, he's a rock, too.
You like him?
Oh, Connor Cody's, I feel like he's just like your traditional center back. He's just a baller.
Yeah.
You know, he does his thing. You know, he's not too flamboyant, but he does his job. He does what he needs to do. Good enough to get an England cap. Like,
yeah.
And so I got a lot of respect for him.
Nice. Well, cool. Let's move on a little bit then. I want to talk a little bit about Charlotte FC. And so I know we're still a while away. The MLS draft just happened too for Austin. So it was interesting seeing some of the players they picked up. They picked up Joe Corona from LA Galaxy. And so it's exciting watching these things because I'm like, yo, that's us next year. Like, we'll kind of be looking at, okay, who are we getting? Like, okay, like, how is our team going to shape up? And we still don't have a coach yet, but this was an interesting coach selection, a conversation I had with somebody. And we were talking about, like, Patrick Vieira, you know, Arsenal legend. He's got experience coaching in the MLS. He was the second coach for New York City FC. You know, he was an ambassador for Man City for a while, so he kind of saw that, like, take over and, like, the beginning of the new New York City FC. Went in and coached, did well, took him to 2 playoffs. Then he went to Nice. At Nice, he finished 5th in Ligue 1, which is not bad at all for, like, Nice. He just got sacked recently. But I said all those great things. I said all those great things just to say that.
Well, he got laid off. You know, just COVID happened. He got sacked.
Some technical difficulties happened.
Real.
But what would you think of maybe having him as our first coach, man?
I think Vieira would be a good addition. Vieira has that experience, you know, obviously, like, just how much of a leader he was back in his days, you know. Back in the day, you know, the big derby, it wasn't Man City versus Man United, you know, it was Man United versus Arsenal.
Yeah.
You know, and just seeing, like, that leadership of him and, like, Roy Keane going with each other like, back and forth, like, every game they play each other. And I think that he's kind of brought that intensity, you know, maybe to a different extent. Like a managerial role. But I think that, especially for a new upcoming team, you know, I feel like a strong presence in the locker room is.
That's very true, man.
You know, Charlotte's never been there. You know, some of these players, you know, I don't know who we're gonna get. Dude, we made like 2 signings. Dude. Correct me if I'm wrong. It's like 2 signings, right?
Correct.
It's nothing. Yeah, we don't even have a full.
We got 2 midfielders, and so we just announced our president, Nick Kelly. So we've got we're moving in the right direction. But yeah, like Vieira, I think, like, you're right. Like, he would command respect off the get go, right? Because, like, you've got those certain managers or there's certain ex-players that, like, people just respect, right? 1, 2, I like that he has experience in the MLS, so, like, he understands the league a little bit. It's not like with Atlanta United, they brought in Tata Martino, which was kind of a gamble. I mean, it worked out for them, but it was still a gamble because he'd never been in the MLS, right? So I'm like, okay, like, we've got we will have somebody that actually knows the MLS, and I mean, like, he's a name that, like, okay, like, I feel like we could get behind, especially for being such a new team.
Oh yeah, I agree with that 100%. Like, it's, and especially, if we got a solid person like Vieira, and I'm interested in seeing what Nick's gonna do with the team, just because it's, on his background, he's a big marketing guy.
Yeah.
Working for Anheuser-Busch for quite a bit, doing a lot of their marketing stuff. Even though he has like no experience in soccer necessarily, just getting a player like Vieira, a coach like Vieira, I feel like that'd be a good start.
Yeah.
Because it's like you said, he's established himself in the MLS with 2 playoff appearances with New York. And then on top of that, it's not like he's one of those people who, he wasn't that good of a player and he's just like a good coach.
Yeah.
He was a baller. Like, back in the day, he's considered like widely like one of the greatest of all time.
Yeah, like Roy Keane has so much respect for him, and like Roy Keane was just a badass.
Bro,
like,
Roy Keane was terrifying. Imagine having him as your coach,
bro. I love watching his interviews. Like, he gets so mad.
He gets so mad.
Like, after games when players are like hugging each other, he's like, "What are y'all doing?"
Hearing him come into hay all the time.
He does
so bad. Like,
but you know what? The only thing I don't respect about him is that, like, he doesn't give Ollie the same energy. Because it was an ex-teammate of his. So, like, even, like, when they question him about it, like, he's still like, like, I feel like he doesn't go as intense on Ollie.
On Ollie?
Yeah.
No,
because that's his boy.
Because he sees how stressed Ollie looks all the time. In the games, he's not, like, he's always sitting down. Like, I always see him just, like, with, like, the big, like, puffer jacket.
Yeah.
Just head in the jacket, just fighting for security.
Yeah.
Like, fighting for job security every weekend.
It is, man. Which is kind of sad. Like, he has good performances and then one bad performance.
It is, and he's just back on the burner.
like he was doing well. They beat PSG, RB Leipzig at the beginning of the Champions League. Okay, boom, now they're in the Europa League.
Welcome to Thursdays.
Bro, I saw
you see the meme?
No, I saw the tweet, like, the Europa League Twitter account, like, just said, "Hey, Man United." I was like, bro, I was like, they really went in on this team, right?
I saw this meme, and it was like these 2 people, they were in a room, and then it was like a person in an Arsenal shirt, and then the other person like a Man United shirt. And he's like, "Oh, like, welcome to Europa League. You're gonna love playing like Thursday night football." And it's just like the Man United guy in the shirt. He's just like clawing at the wall, like trying to like get out. Like, it's like it just. I mean, at least they're in Europe. Like, once Arsenal's done with this, they're not going back to Europe next season.
Yeah.
Like, it's Arsenal fans should just be grateful for playing in the Europa League.
I know, man.
Now.
I bet they missed those days when Wagner was getting them into the top 4 every year.
Yeah, Wenger. Yeah, so much for Wenger out, huh?
Yeah.
Since he left, y'all have been absolute garbage.
Yeah, they didn't think they could get any worse, and they actually have.
They've gotten like substantially worse. It's insane. But I mean, I hate to see Arsenal do bad, honestly. Like,
yeah,
Arsenal,
man.
I have such a soft spot for Arsenal.
Me too.
Because their like history. And it's hard not to just, like, whenever I think soccer, like English soccer, like Arsenal's one of the first name that comes up.
Yeah.
And it's just, like, so sad to, like, see them doing so
Only
bad.
teams I never feel bad for are Man U or Real, because I love the opposite team, Liverpool and Barca. But every other team, like I like Arsenal doing well because it just makes the league more attractive, Yeah,
for sure.
Just from that aspect. But I had a soft spot for Arsenal a couple of years ago too, because I like when they signed Ozil. I liked what Arsenal was doing. They played some good soccer. I mean, it never ended with like a Prem or like the last couple of years, but like they tried that tiki-taka style that Pep had.
I mean, but it's just like, I think like what happened was like Wenger started to get like Alzheimer's or something like that, like making all these like signings or like forgetting.
They never worked on the defense, man.
No, they didn't touch up on the defense at all.
That's why
it's still that way. Like you would think like with the 2 managerial changes you've had, you would notice as avid watchers of soccer. That's the one thing we notice all the time about Arsenal. That's the first thing that comes into like conversation is like, what are they doing with defense?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, like
100%. You're right.
I mean, look at like, why did you buy Mustafi? Like that's still a purchase
And
that can't be justified. Like
the craziest thing was Arteta tried to give him a contract extension of 1 year. I'm like, bro.
what? Mustafi?
I was like, are you serious right now?
Mustafi,
what is the logic in that?
Mustafi must have like came to him and was like, "Yo, I need a job. Like, just give me another year. Like, just something. Like,
Man.
like, bro." But Mustafi, like, he hasn't played, has he? Like I have not really seen Mustafi. I've seen El Nini a lot, but I haven't seen.
Yeah,
I
don't know. I don't watch Arsenal.
That might also
in the Prem, he hasn't played a much. Maybe in Europa League he's played.
Maybe that's why they're also doing terrible. Like El Nini's play, like El Nini, like he was like pretty much like sanctioned from Arsenal. Like he was getting like loaned out like constantly. Yeah. And just like after he came back from that most recent loan move, like Arteta's just like falling in love with El Nini. He's like the more.
To be fair, he did start well this season, but then it's still El Nini, so. Nice. Well, awesome. Well, this concludes another episode of the Top Bin 90 show. Kennedy, thank you so much for coming on, my man.
Of course. Thank you. Always a good time.